Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Good. Hey, I wanted to jump on here, guys, talk about a few things. One is just the overall bizarre behavior, especially, coming from what I refer to as the leftist fascists, who are, I would categorize as a group that is easily manipulated by the Luciferian pedophiles who are still somewhat in control of lots of institutions of power in this world. And I'm trying to actually explain their behavior because it seems to be bizarre, and it seems to be getting more bizarre daily as to what they think is normal, and attacking people in the streets. You saw them attacking Candace Owens the other day. They're defending of pedophile tweets and that sort of thing. I mean, I find that bizarre. And it seems like no matter what, it all just comes down to, does this support our side's cause or not? No matter how wrong it is, they're going to stand behind it. It's like the Alex Jones being banned from Facebook, Spotify, and Apple all in the same day, or YouTube, all in the same day. And then here we have now Amazon apparently is also no longer promoting the sale of his items. They're quietly doing away with that. So I think we need to also ask ourselves, it's like, hey, I think it's pretty obvious that this is coordinated. And I think a reasonable person is left wondering, well, who is coordinating this, But anyways, kind of jumping back to the bizarre behavior, I cannot emphasize enough how strongly I encourage you guys, if you want to understand what's going on, you want to have a more complete understanding of the bigger picture, I can't urge you enough to subscribe to Gaia TV. Now, some things have gone on at Gaia. David Wilcock, who was, bottom line is, they probably wouldn't have half their subscribers if it weren't for David Wilcock's two shows, Wisdom Teachings and Cosmic Disclosure. And David has resigned from Gaia, and I trust David, and he basically says, look, there's a Luciferian influence within Gaia. It's been infiltrated, infested, hijacked, whatever, and he resigned because of that. But he still has over, I think, 250 episodes of a great show called Wisdom Teachings, that if you're even remotely into science, this is like real science, okay? And one of the things that he has gone over and is going into more detail right now in his weekly shows is the fact that our solar system, that galaxies, if you watch his shows, I'm not going to go into all the details of this, but it has been proven that galaxies are layered energetically, kind of like an onion. And, our solar system rotates around the Milky Way, the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And that takes, I think, approximately 255,000 years. Well, as our solar system and every solar system rotates through the galaxy, we are indeed going through these various energetic onion layers, okay? And the interesting thing that's been proven about these layers is that there's not a gradual change in the energy frequencies as you go through these. You're either at one level or another. There's a significant jump from one layer of the onion to the next layer of the onion. And it's theorized that when your solar system goes from one of those layers to the next, that number one, it's going to have an impact on your sun, and it's going to make the sun behave in odd ways. And for those of you that don't know, the entire solar system, all the planetary bodies in our solar system are warming and have been warming up for, at least the past decade, and have been showing significant signs of that. Wilcock also goes over that in his Wisdom Teaching series. And he also has recently shown that our closest star, which is about, I think it's in the Alpha Centauri system, and it's about 4.2 light years away, that has actually gone through this solar flash event, indicating that, and they're ahead of us, that they have indeed gone into that new energetic level, and which apparently it's being theorized that this going into a new energetic level in your galaxy, you could define that as a new dimension, will actually change the physics, and can change the physics of your solar system, your planet. And one of the things that he also has asserted is that our secret space programs have sent ships, because we have interstellar capabilities already, U.S. Navy, Solar Warden, and then there's some other programs as well that have interstellar capabilities that have traveled into what they know is this new energy layer. And people who, I guess we can define it as, are 51% in service to others, that really just have a good soul, who aren't in service to themselves. If you have that to at least the 51 percentile degree, that people that go into this new energetic layer actually feel a greater connection to the universe. They feel expanded consciousness, and things like such as being able to telecommunicate, telekinesis, perhaps even things like levitation, being able to levitate. And folks who are on that service to self side of things, they actually do not do well. They do not handle these new energies well. And he illustrated as them being, curled up in the fetal position, not being able to handle these energies. So there is what I consider to be a legitimate scientific argument for just this bizarre behavior that we are seeing out of, the whole anti-Trump, pro-Luciferian pedophile crowd out there. So maybe that helps you understand, what's going on with them. It makes a lot of sense to me. And again, I strongly urge you, at least you can subscribe to Gaia TV for 30 days for 99 cents. And when I first subscribed, I binge watched Wisdom Teachings, and another excellent show to give you a greater understanding of what's going on in the galaxy, and a lot of technical knowledge on very interesting technology, as well as the many other extraterrestrial species that live and that we interact with, that humans interact with. That show, again, is Cosmic Disclosure, and a lot of those episodes are shot with Corey Good as well, and also Emery Smith. Very interesting guys, who I also find to be very credible. And, aside perhaps from QAnon, I think David Wilcock, in his body of work, he's been doing this for a very long time, over 20 years. He has done more to red pill more people, and the Luciferians fear him more than anyone. So anyway, strongly urge you to take a look at that if you're curious to know more about the bigger picture. Those two shows are going to give you a great idea of the bigger picture, and really also what's to come. Because the exposure of the Luciferian pedophiles, which is coming very soon, is just a small part of all of this. It really is. You'll see. I know that's probably hard to believe, because that's a pretty huge thing for humanity, but it is a small part in the big scheme of things. And hey, I also I saw the election results, like in Ohio, because the last thing I want to see, I don't get into politics too much anymore, but the last thing I want to see is for Democrats to be able to take over the House and then try to impeach Trump. I think a lot of things are going to happen before that, the election in the fall. But, you hear the media, who we know, the mainstream media, are just big liars, more so every day, talking about the blue wave and how well Democrats are polling and this and that. Well, we saw what happened yesterday in Ohio. The GOP did not lose their congressional seat, and I think that what's going on here is that Americans are seeing the bizarre behavior out of the leftist fascists, the blatant censorship, the just bizarre behavior, the violent behavior, the hate-filled rhetoric. They are like consumed by hate, And I think the average American is just completely rejecting that. And I don't even think it's going to be close if we end up still having these elections, because I could see possibly these elections being postponed with the events that are going to unroll. So anyway, guys, I wanted to jump on here and just share that with you in case you wanted to know about the bigger picture. And, you know, let me just remind you guys, because I think we're going to be at this point too soon, and it's tough for me, and I have to remind myself all the time, but that a lot of these Luciferian pedophiles, it's a generational thing. They were traumatized as children, forced to do some horrific things, and it turned them into the monsters that they are today. And I do believe that some of them are redeemable. Some of them will be coming forward and hopefully apologizing, doing all they can to help save as many children as they can, and begging for forgiveness. And I think it's going to be good for us as a species and a planet to try to muster the forgiveness for those who come clean and for those who ask for it. And for us just to try to empathize with them. I know it's tough. And say, hey, look, what if I was traumatized like that as a child? What if I was forced to torture and murder animals and people when I was a child? What would that have? What impact would that have had on me? And so let's keep that in mind, guys, because I think that we're getting closer to that time where we're going to need to start feeling along those lines. Anyways, I got to run. Love y'all, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.